This is a White Russian. And I thought about doing an episode on just the White Russian today, but instead, since there's a group of cocktails that are all very similar, why not just make them all side by side? 4 drinks. Let's just get to it. Okay, so I've got basically everything that I need here to make these cocktails. And essentially we're gonna do a Black Russian, a White Russian, a Smith & Wesson, and a Smith & KERNS. Now all 4 of these drinks have their own individual history, but I can tell you that they all probably stem from 2 cocktails from the 1930s. One would be the Barber cocktail, and the other one would be the Russian. And both of those drinks can be found in the Savoy cocktail book. The Barber cocktail contains cream, vodka, and creme de cacao. And the other, the Russian cocktail, has vodka, gin, and creme de cacao. Pretty similar. Now what's important to remember is that creme de cacao actually predates the coffee liqueur that we're gonna be using in these drinks today. But my guess is that over time, people started using the coffee liqueur instead of the creme de cacao, and these drinks just evolved into what they are, which is why we are gonna make them the way we're making them today. So let's just go ahead and get started and build these drinks. All of these drinks are going to be sort of built the same way. We're going to add our ice to the glass, and then we're gonna add the ingredients. Really simple. So to get started, we're gonna make our first drink, the Black Russian. We're gonna wanna add our ice to the glass. Then we're gonna add 2 ounces of vodka. 1 ounce of Kahlua. And then I like to garnish with a cherry. Just drop it in. And that's a Black Russian. That is it, man, a 2-ingredient drink. So simple, and it sort of serves as the base for the next cocktail, which is the White Russian. Now to make this drink, essentially we're gonna start by making another Black Russian. So again, we will add our ice to the glass, add our 2 ounces of vodka, and then our 1 ounce of Kahlua. But now here is where some things get different. We are going to make this white, and in order to do that, we're gonna add cream. Now this is a heavy cream, so we'll just give it a quick shake. It'll help to reduce the density of the cream and keep the drink a little bit lighter. And the less dense cream now will float on the top a lot easier. It should just form a nice layer on the top. And to garnish, I like to grate a little fresh nutmeg over the top. And that's the White Russian. Now on to the next drink, we're gonna make a Smith & Wesson. All right, we'll start with our ice in the glass. 1 ounce of vodka. 1 ounce of Kahlua. And then we're gonna add 2 ounces of the lightly whipped cream. We're gonna go ahead and just mix this up a little bit. Once you've got it nice and mixed up, we'll be topping it off with our cola. I'm using Coke, you could use Pepsi. And this can be a little bit tricky because the drink is gonna wanna foam. So just be aware. Add it right to the top. And it should make it light and airy and bubbly. And with this drink, I also like to garnish with a cherry. And that is a Smith & Wesson. Now the 4th and final drink is the Smith & KERNS, and we're gonna build it the same way, so we'll start with our ice. Then we're gonna add 1 ounce of our Kahlua. Two ounces of our heavy cream. And then grab our bar spoon and we're gonna just mix that up a little bit. And then we're gonna top it off with some soda water or sparkling mineral water. I have some Topo Chico, it's what I had hanging out. And again, watch this, it's going to foam and form a head while you're pouring, but you're looking for that. You want it to be sort of airy. That's got quite a head on it. And to garnish, I like to use a little bit of cocoa powder just over the top. That is the Smith & KERNS. So that's it. That is all 4 of the cocktails. So let's go ahead and taste them and see what we think. We'll start with the Black Russian. You can really smell that sort of coffee aspect from the Kahlua. It's actually on the dry side. It's not as sweet as you might think. I think the 2-to-1 ratio, vodka to Kahlua, really helps that. You could add more liqueur if you want a sweeter drink, or add less if you want a drier drink. I'm gonna try the White Russian. I'm gonna just stir it up a little bit. You definitely get the vodka through the cream, but it's not offensive. You just know that there's more alcoholic punch there. There's something about the way that the Kahlua interacts with the cream where you get that sort of malty flavor. Okay, drink number 3, the Smith & Wesson. The cola really gives it sort of a sweetness, but it doesn't make it overly sweet. It kind of reminds me of like an adult root beer float in a way. This was actually one of my mom's favorite cocktails I remember when I was younger. So this one's for you, Mom. All right, on to the 4th and final, the Smith & KERNS. Definitely tastes lighter than the other cocktails. It doesn't have the extra punch from the vodka. I love having that cocoa powder on the top because it just kind of hits you. You completely forget you're drinking heavy cream. So I guess that's pretty much it. If you guys liked what you saw today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Do it if you want to see more drinks with Dave. Me, I'm Dave. Cheers.